The only consistency in college athletics is change, and nowhere is that more apparent than on a jobs board. How often have we scrolled through a job description thinking, this sounds so intriguing, but what does this position really entail? We're excited to sit down with senior leaders from across the country to get more color and context on their openings. What's it like to live in that marketplace? Is it a great place to raise a family? What's the vibe on campus? What else is there to do in my spare time? This and more from D1 Ticker. We're joined by Furman Athletic Director Jason Donnelly to discuss the open Senior Associate AD for External Relations role with the Paladins. Thanks for joining us, Jason.
Thank you, Stephanie. I don't know if the audience knows you're also a great track and field accomplished athlete who works with Robert Gary, our cross-country track and field coach. So great to see you again.
Great to be part of the Furman family. So you've been leading the DINs now for 2 years. What was your biggest priority coming into this department, and how have you made progress towards that goal?
You know, Furman's amazing. There's so many great qualities to it, as you know. Academically elite, athletically excellent. We won the Commissioner's Cup last year for men's sports, but we're really also known for our women's sports year in, year out. We've had national and regional success in the Southern Conference. And really, at the end of the day, there's just one thing that's missing. And I just said it's national brand recognition for institution. That's part of being in a mid-major. So we have focused a great deal of our effort in terms of competitiveness, our strategic plan, aligned around athletic excellence, academic excellence. But the key here is sustainable success. So as we go through this process of building our brand and brand recognition, one of our greatest challenges is resources. We all are in a position right now in college athletics where resources are finite. They're so important. And the reason that we need this Senior Associate Athletic Director position, this is a position that since I've got here, we've got a great team. We've got a really strong executive group that works around us, excellent coaches, outstanding programs. So we have everything in place, but we need one more position to really amplify the growth of our department. And that is in the form of a Senior Associate Athletic Director for External Affairs. This position will really focus on three things. It's going to be revenue, revenue, revenue. We need someone to come in here and help us drive our resources year in, year out. But we're going to look at revenue, strategic relationships in Greenville, one of the top 5 growing cities in the country, and also strategic growth as we look ahead on our modeling. We've got everything else in place, but we need someone that's going to partner specifically with me and with our university to drive those resources forward.
So you kind of took the momentum for my next question, which was, this is such a big role with so many areas of oversight, but the first thing listed in the job description under responsibilities is Chief Revenue Officer. So for you, what would you say? Can you elaborate a little bit more on kind of that aspect of this role and what your expectations are?
Yeah, absolutely. When we're talking about things being in place, one of the best benefits we have is our team has been able to rally where we're going. So we've spent a lot of time in terms of brand recognition for our department, in terms of exposure for our university. We've tried some creative things over the last 2 years. So everything from our Weekends at the Well, which is a downtown initiative to bring our men's and women's basketball teams into the city of Greenville, has been a huge success. Just like all of our game day experience work that we've done with our football program, where we're currently leading the Southern Conference in attendance this year and have increased outputs when it comes to fundraising. We've had back-to-back record-breaking years in fundraising. So everything's coming along very nicely, but we've gotten to the point that we need an active, energetic, enthusiastic, creative person to come in that can accentuate all the abilities for us to build a sustainable revenue cycle for us to grow. And really, this position is a total add. It's one of those things where our president has made the decision from a budget standpoint to allocate this resource. When we went through a strategic plan, we worked very closely with Car Sports, who's assisting us with the search. It shows you how important it is to get the right person in this position. This person is going to come in and they're going to oversee all aspects of our external operation that right now is kind of being done by committee. And those things would include everything from marketing to ticketing, communications, work with our corporate sponsorships and Van Wagner, and really getting into the city of Greenville. We have made incredible inroads institutionally with the work that we do with athletics and with our university partners. But we need a daily presence, someone that's coming here that can have a creative vision for how to sell out football stadiums, how to sell out basketball arenas, how to grow all the different attendance around our other sports, and to really look at our ROI, saying, how do we drive our revenue for Furman to be a more sustainable proposition. So this is one of those jobs, it's kind of a ready-made job. Like the person that comes in here can make an impact from day one by implementing a lot of the strategies we've already put in place. But we want someone to come in here that's got the kind of vision, the energy, and also aspirations where they're going to come to Furman for 3 years, and just really, kick it out of the stadium, kick it out of the park in terms of where we're going, and make this a big time job for the next 5 to 10 years for Furman.
I love that. Another responsibility in the job description is about that increased engagement with both the Greenville market, but also the wider region and nationally. What is your vision for the Furman brand? How do you want folks from across the country to recognize Furman?
Yeah, that's a great question. And you've had a chance to experience this through the work with Robert Gary, our cross-country track and field teams. To give you context, I mean, that right now is a top 10 program, both on the men's and women's side, coming out of a mid-major. Furman is excellent in everything we do. Mm-hmm. So every sport that we've had has had national success and regional accomplishments. And I think what's happened for Furman, similar to other mid-majors, is you go through a process where you might not be as forward and as aggressive in terms of your marketplace, but we have got to gain an aggressive market share of the Greenville community. I mentioned earlier, it's one of the top 5 growing small cities in the country. We have got to be a part of that growth process in terms of how we connect within the city. And a vision and a brand would be very simple, would be getting to the point when someone is in downtown Greenville and they're in Main Street, they're constantly walking by shops and walking by fans, and people are wearing Paladin purple, and you can see that type of emphasis within our city. We've got to get to the point with all of our corporate sponsorships that we're not just being represented by Van Wagner and by our athletic department, but we're really being purposeful and strategic with the relationships we have as they relate to revenue generation, jobs, internships, all those different things that impact our student body and impact our alumni. And at the end of the day, it's really a collaborative approach. Alignment for us is so important. We've got to get to the point that our resources can drive us forward, that we can put everything together in one clear plan, and that we have the right people here to really steward that process forward. Right now, we've got a great team. Our marketing communications team, ticketing team are doing a great job, but we need someone to oversee all those things on a day in, day out basis so we can have real results relative to where we're going. So at the end of the day, it's being Greenville's college athletics team. We want everyone here that supports Furman to continue to support us, but we've got to grow into this market so that other people can join us and really experience all the great things that we have going on. I think our football game days from this past year show that the strategic growth with the use of concerts and food trucks and bouncy castles and beer in the stadium and student tailgating in our stadium. There's just so many things we've been able to do by being creative. And now we need someone to come in here to take these resources to the next level and really allow us to not just put things together in a really good way, but be strategic about them for the long haul in terms of where we're headed.
So this role is going to report directly to you. It's a key member of your executive leadership team. Can you speak a little bit about the department culture that you've created in your 2 years with the Paladins, and what qualities that you specifically value in someone who's going to be right underneath you?
Yeah, that's a great question. I've been very fortunate to inherit really good people. And when you look at the work of previous athletic directors, and D1 Ticker is a great example. We read D1 Ticker every day. It's a great source of content information for us. It's a great way to benchmark ourselves against other institutions in terms of where they are, and to learn through those strategic partnerships as well. But when we look at this department, we've got really good people. We've got people in really strong leadership positions. I've inherited some excellent coaches. We've got coaches on the rise. We've got coaches that have been here for 20 plus years. In our executive team, we've shifted responsibilities from within to really be more efficient with what we do and to be experts in the areas that we have. So our past senior associate AD, who was overseeing both external and fundraising, has moved to 100% fundraising. And she's got back-to-back record years in fundraising because that's where her energy and attention is. And she's done a great job. That's Erin Wissing, our senior associate AD for advancement. But this person that comes in, we want someone that's a great communicator, a great collaborator, someone that's very creative, someone that's very energetic. I would tell you, we need someone that's going to come here that has a big vision and has the ability to deliver on the small details. So If I'm someone that's considering this job, and we've had great candidates that have already been brought to our attention, it'd be someone that wants to get somewhere where they can be aggressive with their energy, where they can get in there with great passion and great pride. As you said, they're reporting directly to me and working as a member of our executive team, but someone that has a vision that is bold for Furman, to have transformational success, that's going to be able to change our trajectory relative to academics, admissions, advancement, exposure through the work that we do through athletics, and really highlighting the excellent student athletes that we have and the great teams that we have, but being creative with the resources that they can come to the table with. So I think this job's a home run. You know, if you want to move up in the profession and you want to take on a task and a job that has not existed before, and it's going to give you great leeway to make some creative changes along the way, this is a great opportunity. If you're someone that wants to be an athletic director and you're looking for that final piece of the puzzle relative to your resume, or if you're someone that wants to work in a mid-major environment and make a major change and prepare yourself to work at a Power 5 environment after this, this job's a home run for a person that's looking for that type of experience.
I love this. I mean, I wish I could apply right now.
We'd love to have you, Stephanie. We'd love to.
Well, my last question for you, and I think I know the answer to this, but I really want to hear your take. I love Greenville. I love Furman's campus and its athletic facilities. But tell me, if I had never been there before, sell me on coming to Furman and coming to Greenville.
Yeah, this place is amazing. And quite honestly, I'm not from here. And when I got down here through the interview process, I was blown away. The city of Greenville is, again, it's ranked one of the top 5 growing cities in America in terms of what it is from a downtown perspective, from a quality of life, from a diversity. You know, you get everything from a smaller city to the mountains and rivers and running, the Swamp Rabbit Trail that you've done many times. So the city is just a no-brainer in terms of recruitment, in terms of energy, in terms of growth. And then you combine that with Furman's history and tradition and the most beautiful campus. Furman is consistently rated as one of the top campuses in the country relative to our facilities and our investment and all the different things we do. And you take that with a true academic mindset, with an excellent faculty and staff and an academic mission, and sports teams that are competitive in everything we do. It's got all the blueprints and all the foundations for being a successful job that you want to check out. And I think as we go through the hiring process and the recruiting process, the thing that we do best is once people step foot inside of Greenville, and once they get here to Furman's campus, and once they meet our people, it's a very attractive place to work. It's a very attractive place to grow a family, to be single, to enjoy yourself, and to be a part of a great athletic department. So we're excited. I mean, we're excited about what this opportunity is, and we're excited about where this goes. But for someone that's looking for a change and really an opportunity to grow their career and to do it in a place that you can do anything, that's the kind of place that Furman in Greenville, South Carolina is.
Well, I love it. I'm so excited to follow along with this hiring process for you. And we'll just wrap it up by saying, go Dins.
Thank you, Stephanie.